This dog's cartoonishly big ass stick. Quit pulling. You ain't going nowhere. He's so sweet. Sit down, boy. Sit. Good boy. Sit down, Buckhead. He was chewing on that stick for a long time. Hey, where do you think you're going? Huh? Taking off without me? He ain't doing that. Okay?
Heist or Alicia?
They're both bullshit. Although Hyson seemed genuinely shocked when you said about Alicia coming back to life.
Then how could she be responsible for her coming back?
I've got no idea. But you saw how much she wanted that research folder. What is in that?
All this stuff about how stem cells can be manipulated to be regenerated and bioelectrical signals and memory. I don't know. I didn't understand it all.
Hasn't get away from them.
Well, when you're born, you have cells in your body that can turn into anything, and eventually they just change and then stop. So Alicia obviously figured out a way to turn them on and then turn them off again.
Why would you want to turn them off?
Because if you don't, it's cancer.
Have one.
Yeah, well, it's 8:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. By a clock that's 7 minutes fast. On this 20th day of May, 2021. You know, there's been a lot of kick around about defunding police and stuff like that. And I always combated against it because, well, my sister's a cop. So, you know, I wouldn't want to see her, you know, negatively affected by this defund mentality. But, you know, I'm here barely holding on to life because of the added pressure. Y'all know that I had to fight for 3 months with this fucking apartment complex to get them to let my wife stay here. And then this shit happened where, you know, the manager that they hired willy-nilly without even doing a Google background check, you know, it would have popped up. He's on probation. You can't hire somebody on probation, a criminal, to be a manager of a place like this. So, we go through all the bullshit to go report this stuff. And the cop interfered with his own investigation by going to talk to one of the perpetrators without a warrant for the 3 phones, him and his 2 buddies, you see? So it was like the cop actually went and warned the guy, hey, we're doing an investigation on you. You might want to get rid of your phone, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He had reason to suspect that there would be some kind of information in those phones. And that's just like, okay, well, that's the local police. The worst thing that could happen to a woman in Crawford County is for her to get raped in town in Grayling, because, well, the Grayling police are notorious for dropping the ball when it comes to pursuing rapists. I don't know if it's a prosecutor problem or what. I think that all of the local shit should be defunded, you know, because, well, they wasted taxpayer dollars, man hours, and abused their power grossly when they did that shit. You know, they're going to criminalize me and criminalize my wife because she didn't want to go be, you know, interrogated further that day, you see, which caused her to not want to cooperate with police at all. And, you know, on anything, she wants to drop the original shit. I mean, because, well, it's already flubbed. The investigation has been flubbed big time. Their prosecutor actually put out warrants for my phones based on some words that I might have said to my wife. You see, those phones are still gone, even though we've had lawyers inquire about them. You know, oh, there's an open investigation. Really? We're wasting more tax dollars to investigate that. You know, hey, you're gonna bust in and just kidnap people and take them to fucking to the hospital and shit and take them down to Roscommon. You know, don't let them have no breakfast, or use the bathroom, nothing, brush their teeth. It's like shit. And now she's like traumatized against police, and it's like, you know, we're sitting around like, hey, wow, yeah, let's stand in agreement that Grayling police will be defunded, and so we'll, you know, that whatever that. You know, abusive prosecutor is, you know, that he's defunded too, he or she. You know, you're going to put out a warrant for my phone because I told my wife, hey, we need to go home. We did need to go home. God damn it. We weren't prepared to spend the whole day fucking goddamn setting up a whole nother investigation that would be flubbed like the first one. So as an afterthought to try and criminalize, you know, Amber for, nothing more than what could be perceived as slutty behavior. They're going to take our phones and then take Cody's phone after the fact, just to see if the two of them, you know, if Cody's been over by the apartment since this shit happened, right? Because, well, that would just kind of take that him and her are meeting each other still, you know? And he also had issue with Amber communicating with her ex-boyfriend, which, you know, that's none of his business. That's between me and her and, well, him. You see, that's got nothing to do with anybody in this town. There's no PPO against him now, so she can legally interact with him. And there's nothing that can be done about it. That's not a bad decision. I mean, well, it is, but it's not like, you know, it's not like deciding you're going to rape somebody because they're retarded and you'll be able to trick them into thinking that fucking it's their fault that they got raped and trick more sex out of them. And, you know, you perpetuate all these exploitative things, violent exploitative things, sodomy, fucking torture with kitchen utensils, all kinds of shit, and bruising. You know, it's like, and you perpetuate this shit, and if you do it in the city of Grayling, you can get away with it because the police are not going to pursue you. Who they might go after is the person who accused you and her significant other. For real. That's what's happening here now. My blood pressure has been sky high from fighting to get my wife in here. And I finally got it to go back down. And then this cop's going to take my phone and tell me, I'm going to charge you with interfering with an investigation. Well, there wasn't supposed to be an investigation. You kind of jumping the gun. Nobody went to the police station to report this shit. You see? So there shouldn't have been an investigation. You're just taking it upon yourself. And then, okay, you want to waste taxpayer dollars and make a big old display, make us look like criminals to a place that we're already having a hard time dealing with the people. You see? They already don't like us because of the bullshit that happened with, you know, Cody and the fucking other guys and shit. You see? So we're already having problems. And then they pull this shit. They literally had two fucking agencies out here fucking ganged up on my wife, yelling and screaming at her with no COVID masks on and shit, fucking, because she didn't want to go pursue a rape charge that day. Well, the first rape charge didn't get dealt with properly, so why should she do it again, even if she was raped? And okay, come to find out, maybe it was a realistic nightmare. Once she starts having nightmares about cops, it kind of clarifies it to her. Because, well, now she has nightmares about cops busting in to take her away from me or take me away, you know, shit like that. It's like, you know, in this horrible little town where we've been having to live because of police incompetence, we've been having to live like we're in a fucking jungle or something, man. For real, she can't go to the store by herself no more, get on the bus and just run off to the store and pick something up. I have to go with her. She might run into one of her rapists that the police warned. Hey, we're investigating you. Better do away with that evidence so that there's nothing, just her word against yours, you see? Because they really didn't want to pursue them guys. I think they might, you know, their families might be friends or something. I don't know. I know that if you have a cop buddy in this town, you're above the law. You can't even submit fucking video footage and get them charged. So it's like, you know, cat killers, rapists, all sorts of vermin disguised as human can run around this town without scrutiny and without worrying about being challenged for their behavior. And not when they break laws, they don't have to worry that anybody's going to do anything about it. The prosecutor is going to try and create a criminal out of somebody who's not a criminal, you see? So, you know, they got our phones. They still got our phones. I don't want my phone back, you know. It's like, nah, it's tainted now. It's like you put your finger in my butthole. It's like you were so fucking nosy you had to sniff my ass and lift my ball sack and sniff my taint. Ew. You know, that's what it feels like. It feels like I've been diddled. You know, all for the fucking goddamn offense of, you know, trying to cooperate with police and be friendly with police. And them catching me on a bad fucking day when, hey, you know, I'm having blood sugar dropouts. I didn't get to have breakfast. My fucking blood pressure's high, you know. Just at the thought that this shit could have happened again, you know? And it's like, it's just a total abuse of power in every way from more than one office. It's more than just Grayling Police. If they have a prosecutor that said, hey, after we dropped the ball and we fumbled and we fucked this investigation all up about the January gang rapes, because we didn't try to get their phones, even though we knew that there might be something in them, you know? We didn't even try to get their phones to ascertain that they were there. We didn't do a CSI investigation on 2 different crime scenes. There would have been fucking goddamn DNA if they would have, you know, checked the shit out within a week or 2 after we reported it. They didn't actually clean the place up until fucking goddamn they found out that we reported it to the police. So it's like there was spit and jizz everywhere in the goddamn, in the office and in fucking apartment number 1. They didn't go after none of that shit. What do they want to do? Waste taxpayer dollars having phones gone through that, you know, shouldn't even be gone through because, well, nobody committed a crime to give you the right to take the phone in the first place. You see? It's just a blatant, open display of bullying and abuse of a badge, abuse of a position. I mean, you didn't go after the rapist. So let's just drop it. Now I'm sitting around waiting for this investigation for them to criminalize me. See, and this is gonna, hey, you know what? I'll be a conduit. I'll be the motherfucking, you know, the little switch that switches this on. Okay, yeah, we gotta privatize shit. Let's start in these small towns like Grayling where they already have state and county police. Let's just take away the city police's fucking authority, close down their buildings. They're not using them for nothing anyway. All they want to do is fucking lock up people like me, you know? Somebody mouthy who stands up for his right to fucking goddamn do this another day. You see? I'm more emotional about it than you are if it really happened. You see? If it really happened, yeah, I'm pretty goddamn fucking emotional about it too. But I don't want to go fucking jumping the gun and involving people and wasting taxpayer dollars, motherfucker. I feel bad. I'm on SSI as it is. So guess what? Today, my blood pressure spiked and locked in on the spike. I mean, for hours, it was at 214 over 100. I had to ride the stepper for 20 minutes and take a double dose of heart medication. These motherfuckers are negatively affecting my health, man, and I may be dead soon. You know, and if I die, I want to be the platform that's used to privatize, you know, defund all police departments, local police departments, and fucking goddamn privatize them and do not hire anybody that worked for them. Just, if they had to be defunded, let there be a black mark on their fucking goddamn career that they can't work in the same jurisdiction no more. Because, well, part of the problem of why we had to privatize shit and defund what was there was because of the abuse of power, the waste of taxpayer dollars, not fucking going after the criminals. You see? You can't recoup that shit. If you don't charge fucking the motherfucking rapists, there ain't no federal money coming back to the state for all this shit. Damn. You motherfucker gonna say, oh, I don't know how the system works, bibbity blah. I know exactly how the system works. I know I'm sitting here waiting for these motherfuckers to try and conjure up a goddamn charge against me, playing around on my phone like they're gonna find anything. I don't do anything. I have to do something for you to fucking find something, yo. And I already admitted to you that fucking I texted her to have you take us home. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. We weren't even supposed to be down in Roscommon. Fuck that. So we got this little thing where a motherfucker thinks that because he's got a badge and a gun, fucking some authority, that he should just be able to boss people around, tell them what to do and shit. And, you know, it's just, it's too crazy in this little taint town, man. The rapists don't got to worry about shit, but I got to worry. I might get arrested, have to bond out and shit, and fucking actually go to court over some bullshit? Bullshit? You're really going to fucking goddamn waste taxpayer dollars on that? I guess they're right. We should be defunding shit, man. I was wrong. I stood up for police. I'm sorry. Pardon me. I'm sorry that I did that now because, well, I find out that you really don't have no friends, you know, in the local police in this town, you know. It's like I'm on some kind of list or some shit because I fucked with a cat killing, skunk killing motherfucker, a murderer. He murdered fucking animals with poison. He didn't even fucking kill them humanely. He could have taken a humane trap and caught the animals he had problems with and relocated them. He just didn't want to do anything nice. He liked chasing skunks around in the middle of the night with a shovel, beating them over their heads. Little baby skunks chopping their heads off. He liked doing that shit. He liked poisoning fucking homeless cats and shit. He liked doing that shit. His family liked that he did it. You know, he's got friends and family and people on the police force and in the fucking city worker fucking goddamn shit. They all fucking liked that he did it. They ganged up on the old couple. Everybody did. Bush raped the old man across the street. I mean, cut down his big, beautiful bushes that him and God spent fucking years growing, decades growing, just for them to come along and decide, oh, they're sticking out a little bit too much. Let's just cut them motherfuckers all the way back to the trunk. Well, there you go. Now they're going to die, and they look like shit from the other side. And they may not look like shit from his house, but the old man came out to see what his curb appeal had been reduced to. And they reduced his curb appeal where it's like, you know, he had to take a drop in fucking the price of the house just so that, to cover the removal of the bushes that were going to die because the city of Grayling bush raped an old man and old woman for daring to feed some homeless kitties up in this shit. How dare you do something nice in this town, you know? I tried to help my wife pursue what may have been, you know, something that may have happened. We can't know because nobody's going to prove nothing now. Nobody's going to prove shit now, you know? They're busy working a whole different angle. They want to add this case onto their caseload to make a case out of me, you see? I made a lot of money, so I can just... You know, me and my wife can just run away from this place because this place is horrible. We can't go nowhere without worrying about running into rapists. Fucking, you know, we go for walks and, you know, I'm always looking over my shoulder and shit and getting ready to fucking have to defend myself or her or the dog. It's like, dude, I shouldn't be living like this. Watching the vehicles that look like it might have been their cars and shit. I shouldn't be living like this. Watching everybody fucking in the store, make sure that nobody's coming up too close on us, you see? Yeah, and it ain't because of COVID. That's because, well, hey, man, if they do something violent to somebody like that, then who knows what they might do. You know, what it might have escalated to, you see? So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened and what didn't happen at this point. The police, fumbled the investigation so bad that we'll never find out now. We'll never get to the real truth. Cody had a fucking how many month warning that he was being investigated. Surely by, he was smart enough to dispose of that phone and buy another $40 phone. Come on. They cost $40. $40 to dispose of the evidence. Yeah, because my cop buddy came and interviewed me and warned me that I'm being investigated and I need to get rid of my phone. That's what the cop might have went and told him. Hey, we're investigating you. You better get rid of your phone. Well, I'm not taking it from you. I'll take it from the guy whose wife accused you, though. And we'll try and create charges out of what's in his phone. Good luck with that. I've loaned my phone out so many times, and fucking Amber's fucking carried my phone. So there you go. You don't know who texted who what. Fuck, I don't even know what all's been said in words in a motherfucker, because I just type away when I'm fucking pissed off, get it out of my system so that the next time I see the person, fucking, I'm civil with them again.
Everybody's out there today.
Yep. So yeah, we got the old people brigade out here. All kinds of people hanging out. We have to get seen by a lot of people. They're seeing all the police here. Like, Amber was some kind of armed fucking terrorist or something. Screaming at her and shit. Because she didn't want to fucking pursue something. Hey, the first shit didn't get done. There was 3 perpetrators on that one. Huh? You interviewed her while she was half asleep. Fuck, you can't even use any of that shit she said. Fucking, she don't even know what reality is till she's been up for an hour. She sits there fucking foggy-headed, fucking because of the pills she's on. So she might tell you something happened that didn't happen. You see? You just never know. I don't even try to fucking goddamn get any information out of her when she first gets up. Just let her fucking wake the fuck up. But you can't get common human consideration from people who don't know how to handle shit. These male cops they have on this police force in Grayling should not be handling rape cases. They should have to have a female cop on their fucking staff that handles all cases like Amber's. You see? Then there would have been some compassion instead of this assaultive bullshit that they did. This bullies with a badge. We're going to take your husband's phone. I'm going to charge him. Yeah, I'm going to take him away from you. I'm going to leave you out here at the fucking mercy of fucking Cody and his buddies. You're going to have to go to the store without your husband if I fucking have my way about it. If I get my way, I'll have you fucking goddamn back in the AFC home with a guardian over you. Because that's how fucking I roll. Yeah. Protect and serve. Yeah. Bully those who you're supposed to protect and serve. That's what's happening here. So yeah, I had the air on for a while in this little minivan. It's starting to get warm. I didn't want to get seen, but we're going to get seen anyway. It's just waiting for the guitar to roll back around, the camera to restart. Stops after 20 minutes. I'm going to run the air for a minute. I want it to get a little bit darker before we head in. Yeah. Yeah, the air still blows cold in this little bitch. It took about 4 cans of shit last summer to get it right. But it's still blowing cold. It could probably use a can now. Just to top it off. I imagine I'll put another can in it later in the year, for like when Lisa and John use it, or when they take us someplace. My dog's anxious. He wants to get out. He's complaining about how hot it is. Didn't really get that hot in here. I'm wearing a jacket. I want to finish off this beer before I head in, so I'm not carrying a beer. I'm carrying my coffee cup. Because, well, people here are supposedly tired of my drunken tirades. It's like, really? Who even hears them or sees them? You know, it's like, I know that there's some people that live on either side of us that, you know, they're like too nosy and they listen to shit that they shouldn't be listening to. And then they misconstrue shit when they do hear shit. They don't even fucking know what the fuck they're hearing. So then they think it's something that it's not. So I just smoked a little piece of a pre-roll that we had bought. Got another piece of one here, but I don't know if we're gonna fuck with it yet. She said she's all right on the other one, so. I got a stem I can pull out. I gotta get another vehicle, a bigger one. Full-size conversion van. That's what I want. I don't like these little vans too much. They're okay to like put her around town in, but when you're gonna travel, like get on the freeway to go even like a couple hours away, you want to be in something bigger you can spread out in. You just feel like you're in a tiny little egg in this thing on the freeway compared to everything else. So soon Lisa will be moved to Lewiston. We hope to be able to make a move up out of here quick. I'm gonna have to violate the lease to do it, I guess. But what can you do, you know? They should let us loose from the lease after what happened anyway. Just like, well, you know, it's kind of an embarrassing thing that they would hire somebody that would do the shit that he did, you know? And it's kind of embarrassing, you know, the whole thing, the whole ordeal has just been a huge embarrassment. I wish I just would have handled shit on street level, you know, you just wait a little while and, you know, something bad happens to motherfuckers, you know? And you have a nice, solid, established alibi for when it happened, you see? That's how I should have handled shit. It's like, you know, with the real police, the street level army. Because, well, these motherfuckers that have been hired to protect and serve aren't protecting and serving those that they were hired to protect and serve. They're actually tormenting us. My blood pressure was at 214 over 100 today. And it was stayed there, man. For a long time, it was scary. My chest was hurting. And that's all because of this added pressure waiting for this fucking stupid ass fucking shit. You know, they took my phone over. It's like, what the fuck are you gonna try and do with some words? I'm a fucking goddamn artist, and I'm fucking goddamn, I'm on SSI for, you know, mental shit. And everybody I communicate with knows I might go off on them, but I don't mean it. So there you go. And some stuff I didn't even type. Other people did, like my drunken brother when he was playing with my phone. So it's like, yeah. There you go. Little kids hanging out, playing on phones. It ain't supposed to. Sending mean messages out to people. They do it with my brother's phone too. I could just imagine the shit my brother could get in trouble for, you know, if they took his phone. I mean, because, well, little kids take his phone and send all these mean texts out to his contacts, you know, and you know it's not him. They don't even talk like him. They don't use the words he uses and shit. They use, you know, UR for your, and two, the number 2 for TO and TOO. You know, it's like, yeah, okay, that's a little kid. That ain't even my brother. Saying all that mean-ass fucking shit. You see? So, yeah, he learned the lesson about that. You know, all his contacts getting fucking mean fucking texts, and I finally checked him on it. It's like, dude, are you sending these mean texts pretending to be a little kid? Or he's like, no, that's my Kathy's fucking grandkid. I let him play on my phone to play a game, and that's what he does with it. He takes it and texts people that he doesn't even know. All kinds of mean, stupid shit. So, yeah, he stopped getting his phone after that. But you see, that's the kind of thing that a phone intrusion, you know, it's supposed to be an investigation. Now, this is an intrusion. There's a difference. It's an intrusion on my rights. It's trampling my rights. And it's an intrusion on my privacy. I have the right to expectancy of privacy, you know, to a certain extent. You know, it's like I shouldn't be like somebody. If I walk down the street and the cop don't like how I look, then he's gonna stop and take my shit. You know, it shouldn't be like that. Now, this guy he doesn't like it that, you know, Amber's attached to me, that she loves me, and that we're married. He doesn't like it that, you know, he just doesn't like what he's seeing for some reason, because he doesn't know what he's looking at. It's like, I don't know if the guy lived a sheltered life out here or what. It's like, hey, you got real criminals here. Right in the next apartment complex, they're dealing 3 different kind of drugs. Why don't you fucking try and do something real up in this town? Try and bust a rapist for a change, you know? Because goddamn, you need to live that shit down. That the jurisdiction was gave to you, and it got fumbled. Now, the county police and the state police wouldn't have handled this shit like this. You know, you only have so many fucking tax dollars to work with. You're supposed to pick your battles and make sure you get the biggest victories out of what you do choose to fight. Okay, you have 3 motherfucking rapists running around a town. It's like, dude, if there's a chance that's true, it should be dealt with. The law should be dealing with the shit. Motherfuckers like me shouldn't have to fucking come along and be, okay, well, I'm just gonna call some motherfuckers. Yeah, you know? Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. You know, I got a whole nother phone with all my Detroit contacts in it. It's a flip phone. I don't use it no more, but I have all my contacts from my past life in that phone. And in that phone, I never texted a soul. So there you go. I didn't start texting until I got my little Obama phone. That's what he took, was my Obama phone. And he took it for evil intent, to try and criminalize me over some words. To try and criminalize Amber because she might have fucked somebody. I think she does hard enough time dealing with my fucking response to her shit. And then fucking eventually I'm over it and I don't say shit about it no more until she fucks up again. When she fucks up again, if she fucks up again, I'll for sure be up her ass like I've been up her ass. She already has a hard time. Sometimes it takes a while to get over some shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of you motherfuckers wouldn't have put up with shit. You'd just be like, okay, we done. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. I try to be a little bit more civilized than that. I try to be a little bit more understanding. It's not easy, and it does play on my mentality where, yeah, I say some mean shit sometimes that I'd never say if, you know, you know what I'm saying, the person didn't show up and do the things that they did to cause me to say the things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I was at a point when I met Amber where I was happy to be alone. I wasn't looking for anybody, and I just wanted to be left the fuck alone. You see what I'm saying? I just wanted to have some alone time and be left alone. Maybe, you know, snag a Harley for a little while, you know, borrow one from somebody and take a cruise down to visit my sister in Florida before I die. Cruise over to California, visit Jazzy before I die, you know? Visit some family in Tennessee and Kentucky before I die, you know? Because, well, you know, I pissed away this 7 months that I should have used because I was, you know, somewhat healthy. And now my health is being deteriorated. I mean, for real, I'm breaking down. This heart shit, it's like, this is real shit. I've had a heart attack. They had to put a stent in it, man. I almost died. I had 90% blockage. My blood pressure was to the moon all the time, 234 over fucking 120 and shit. I had to drink tons of vodka to drive my blood pressure down, man. I was self-medicating for the pain, and I walked around for 6 weeks holding my chest with one hand, doing everything with the other hand. I literally changed the brake caliper on my van with one hand. Yeah. On the other hand, I was holding my chest screaming in pain. And Lisa was my wife at the time. She's like, why don't you go to the hospital? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you trying to die? I'm like, it's not a heart attack. And then they tell me, well, you had like one of them rare walking death heart attacks where you're walking around having a heart attack and you don't realize you're having it. You got 90% blockage. We can't even do nothing for you in this little town. We got to send you down to Saginaw. So they put me in a fucking ambulance and sent me down to Saginaw. Once they got me up in the room, which they tortured me in the emergency room first with these scagly, wore-out fucking ghetto bitches. But once you get past those ghetto bitches up to, you know, professional people, you know, they had me within 3 minutes. They had me cured. And then I was ready to go home, man. You know, they want to keep me for days and shit. I had a ride coming the next day. So I had to appeal to their sense of reason that, hey, okay, I got a ride today. It's safer for me to leave today than for you to monitor me for a couple days. And then I got to hitchhike home, you see? Something could happen to me trying to hitchhike home. So finally the lady saw my point, you know, that, and I told her, well, if you don't check me out, if you don't, you know, if you won't check me out, I'm just going to walk down them stairs when I get here, and I just will have left. She's like, okay, so I'll do your AMA, against medical advice. And she checked me out. It took her a long time to get me checked out, you see? So I had my ride sitting around for a long time, even after they showed up, because that's how long it took her to check me out. So now I've been fighting for my health and my life. And it's stripped out. I've been seeing like these little swirly dots a lot. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And like you're seeing stars like you just got hit in the head really hard. Yeah, I see those a lot. I'm having headaches a lot. My chest is hurting a lot. And I got pain down in my gut. And I'm bleeding out of my ass really bad. So it's like, yeah, something's happening. It's not good. And, you know, this added pressure that, you know, these little buffoons added onto me. I mean, you know, it really was bugging me that we had to live like we had to live in this town while them guys could just run around willy-nilly, right? It was bothering me already. And then when, you know, this thing happened where she had a nightmare or whatever, you know, blah, 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 this supposedly happened, which it may have. I don't know. I don't know how fucking far she'll go to cover for somebody else, you see? When this shit happened, it's like, you know, yeah, you know, damn. See, even if this didn't happen, fucking, it could happen. You see, motherfuckers could be showing up. They could be that suicidal. Because, well, motherfucker, you never know when I might just wake up, catch you in the act, and there's nothing, it'd be a crime of passion. I wouldn't even be able to stop myself. I would just resort to fucking instinct. My instinct would be to kill, you see? So it's where, okay, a motherfucker has to decide this pussy's worth dying for. You see what I'm saying? I'm ready to die with my dick in this bitch. You see? That's where you have to make up your mind. Is, you know, is what you're choosing to do, is it worth the consequence you may face? Do you see? I think about that with every fucking move I make. Now, when I fucking texted my wife to have the cop take us home, there should have been no consequence in that. He should have been like understanding, no, he's going to call for backup and have all kinds of police fucking gang my wife, just gang swoop her like she's fucking some kind of gangbanger and shit. And scare the fuck out of her and fuck with her and make assessments based on her fucking response. Y'all can't see how you look. That's what's sad. You ain't supposed to fucking goddamn display yourself like that behind the badge. You ain't supposed to fucking embarrass a fucking rape victim more than they've already been embarrassed. Yo, for real. Regardless of whether this last shit happened and she wants to go forward with it, the January shit still hasn't been dealt with. Guess it just won't get dealt with because now we want to investigate her and me and see what the fuck we've been doing. Because, well, that's really important, ain't it? We went to the store a lot. We went and stayed with my brother a few times. We went and stayed at my ex-wife's house a few times. Yeah, we've been gang busting up in this shit, yo. We just been banging like a motherfucker. Got spinny wheels and hoopties and shit. Fucking thumping down the road. You can hear us and feel us coming from a half a mile away. Yeah. No, but there is motherfuckers like that out here. They're rolling lawless like a motherfucker. And these motherfuckers just act like they're blind to it. And they can't hear it and they can't feel it. They don't see them spinny wheels. They don't see that expensive ride that fucking goddamn they'll never be able to afford. There's more fucking put in the tires than what fucking goddamn what their house costs and shit. Goddamn sound system costs 10 grand. It's like shit. Add up all the money from that fucking vehicle, customized paint job that changes colors as it drives down the road. Yeah. Add up all that shit. You're talking 100 grand. Yeah. Motherfucking goddamn hydraulics, real fucking hydraulics that work on a newer vehicle and don't depreciate it any. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Nah, you understand. They're driving down the road displaying what the fuck they doing. We banging, we rolling, we slinging, we pimping, we doing it all up in this shit. And there ain't no whitey police gonna fuck with us, yo. Yeah, Got little white boys think they're gangsters out here and shit. And they roll like that. For real, got big old rolls of money and shit. Fucking goddamn meth dust all over the fucking inside of their car. It's like, goddamn, you can't even get in their car without getting high. You touch this seat, you might get fucked up. Shit. I ain't bullshitting, man. That's what's happening out here. And there's some weird shit where they don't want there to be violent crime statistics, so they won't even pursue these rape cases. But they will pursue a case like mine, you see? You know, they're going to make a case against me, supposedly. You know, that's what this investigation taking my phone is all about. Is they want to create a case where there is not a case, you see? And a good lawyer is just going to argue that shit down and get it thrown out of court anyway. But, you know, you just never know how far a motherfucker might go with his abuse of power, you see? And we have that happening here big time. And I don't know. I think I'm going to need some help at this point. And I'm asking anybody that can help. There's a couple in Grayling that, you know, we need to get away from the rapists and the police who won't bring them to justice, but they want to criminalize us. For nothing, man. I mean, it really is nothing, you know. That day shouldn't have happened. When she told me this shit, I was drunk. I emailed the cop. We did not go to the police station. We did not file a report for that one. You know, I was waiting to see, like, you know, if it was even, like, you know, what she described, if it was even real, you know, any of that shit. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like you want to wait because you don't want to do the wrong thing. And for that, the cop wants to make a criminal out of you and say you're interfering with an investigation. There's not supposed to be an investigation at this point, sir. I'm sorry. There's not supposed to be one. That's why I want to go home. I don't want another fucking word said. We don't know what the fuck. Okay? We don't know what the fuck. Now, she's been traumatized, and she's traumatized by how the cops handled this. Her little brother killed himself over fucking petty fucking crime, and criminals can run around her fucking town and scare her away from the store. Yeah. I would fucking goddamn have a little hard on against the police, too. You know, if that's how they want to handle shit. You gonna make a criminal out of me now? Yeah. You gonna let them guys get away with it, though, right? You gonna go warn them? Thank you, officer of the law. It's like shit. All right, y'all, I'm done. Hear that train? This is howling.